Hi, I'm Scott Engel, Managing Director of RotoExperts.com, here with Adam Ronis, the Fantasy Sports Treat. I am the king, I am fantasy, and we're here with another Roto clip, in a series of talking about each pick in the first round of a fantasy football draft. And today we talk about pick number 4. And usually at pick number 4, Chris Johnson is gone, Adrian Peterson is gone, and Maurice Jones-Drew are probably gone, unless something wacky is going on in your league and somebody actually took a quarterback. In which case, heck, if Jones-Drew drops to you or Peterson drops to you, hey, I've seen it happen.
It can happen.
Some people, especially in leagues with less experienced players, somebody would go with a quarterback in the top 3, so you just take one of those top 3 running backs to fall to you. Otherwise, it's easily Ray Rice.
Yeah, and I've seen drafts where Ray Rice goes 2 or 3, so then the other 3 backs that we mentioned could fall to you. But Ray Rice at number 4, especially in a PPR, even in a standard league, I think you have to go with him. I know some people might be worried about Willis McGahee stealing touchdowns from him, but still, Rice is going to get a ton of carries, put up a lot of yards, and in the passing game, he probably won't have as many receptions as last year with the addition of Anquan Boldin, and they're going to become more of a passing offense, but they still have to get the ball to him in space. He's so explosive, and he can take it to the end zone anytime.
Yeah, and I'm just scratching my head here for a few minutes, thinking about how anybody could take Ray Rice, just beside anybody besides Ray Rice at number 4. I mean, I'm not taking a quarterback in the top 4 picks. We get people asking if they should do that, unless it's a 2-quarterback league. I mean, of course, that makes it a totally different situation. But, they're the top 4 running backs this year. There's a clear separation between the top tier and the next tier. You got the big 4, and then you have everybody else. You can't lose out on a chance to get one of those big 4. And with the top 3 quarterbacks, there's some debate. Everybody seems to think, Aaron Rodgers is the sexy number 1 pick because he's got upside. People get so thrilled by upside, but Drew Brees and Peyton Manning are a lot more consistent and a lot more proven. So, and you can even wait till the second round maybe to get a Peyton Manning. So there's no reason to really consider a quarterback at number 4.
Yeah, the only way I would even give it a thought is if it was a 2-quarterback league. But even then, the running backs, you got to get that top running back. And Rice is there. I think you have to take him. I mean, after that, a lot of the running backs, there's a lot of question marks. With Ray Rice, you saw what he did last year. Even with McGahee there, Rice is still the guy to own.
Yeah, and don't create worries. Don't worry about Willis McGahee because Rice can still score from, in the green zone outside the 5-yard line. People say, what's the green zone? The green zone is the 10-yard line and in. He can score outside the red zone. We saw him take the ball to the house. He can score from anywhere on the field. The kid is electric and a lot like Jones-Drew in the fact that he runs well inside. For a little guy, he's got a low center of gravity. He's built very powerfully, below the waist. And, Rice, I don't see any reason for a fall-off in 2010.
And if the Ravens do pass more than like we expect, that's just going to open things up for Rice even more and makes him even more of a threat in the passing game. And that's the thing where he gets separated from a lot of backs. He is such a good receiver out of the backfield. And Rice will give you excellent production this year. Number 4, you have to take him.
And then coming around the turn in the second round, you probably still have a good shot at a very good wide receiver. Don't be rigid in your planning. Take the best player available on the board in the wide receiver pool. The top 10 or 15 is probably much more deeper than running backs.
Yeah, the number 4 is a good spot to pick because you get one of the top 4 running backs, and you're going to probably get a top 10 wide receiver on the way back.
I'm Scott Engel for Adam Ronis, the Fantasy Sports Treat. We'll see you early next week with pick number 5. It'll start to get interesting.